Hey guys, welcome back to another Toss episode. So, yeah, last time I mentioned I'm going to do this list, so I'm going to do this list right now. And that is my favorite Pokemon rivals. So, before we get into this video, specify what do I mean by a rival, because some people may say that certain characters aren't considered rivals, even though they do. So, to make this very short, if Pokemon Masters calls you a rival and gives you the rival theme, then you are a rival. And that does account for all of this list except for the Pals of Paldea that are in this list. But they're probably clearly going to be counted anyway. And surprisingly, like, literally, as I was looking at that list, I'm surprised that Leer is actually on the list of rivals. And not gonna lie, I was pretty surprised. It makes sense if you think about it, but like, because I don't have them in Masters, I didn't really think about that. Huh. And Paolo's not playable, so even though he is counted as a rival, like, you know, since that playable doesn't have the rival tag. Well, so yeah, anyway, I'm also counting May or Brandon, depending on your gender, and Callum or Serena, depending on your gender as well. Because the latter counts because, well, she is actually the main rival. I'm counting Serena as, like, or Callum as the rival. So, wherever like he battles, he's actually the main rival of X and Y, and he does share the same battle theme as, you know, Shauna and the others. So, yeah, they're counted too. And for May, or Brandon, if you play as May, while you don't battle them, like, as late as Wally, they have their own battle theme, while Wally doesn't until the end of Oraz. So, yeah, everyone else should be self-explanatory. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that, about what is considered rival for the purposes of this video. And yes, I am going to mention, like I said, the Pals of Dea in this list, like the main three characters there. I count them as rivals, even though Nemona's the only actual, like, she tells you in your face rival. The others, you do battle them at least once. So I do count them. They have their own battle themes and, like, their recurring characters, so they count for the rival list for the purpose of this video. So without any further ado, let's go start this list. Oh, one more thing. I have mentioned about rivals in other tots prior, and I will mention them as I go. Okay, now we can start. Number 10 is Barry. Now, Barry's the kind of character that I would otherwise not like because he's so obnoxious, he's so annoying, but like he just pops up whenever you really don't want to. He's like the definition of the definition of an aggressive rival. Is he a jerk rival? I actually count him as a jerk rival, even though he doesn't truly act like the jerk rival like rivals of old are. But I count him as a jerk rival, you know, for my purposes. But he's like the reason why whenever I go to a new area, I gotta make sure to save just in case, like, the rival shows up just a few steps forward, you know, hop, and challenges you to a battle without your permission. So yeah, Barry's the reason for all of that. But why is he 10 on this list if, you know, I kind of don't like him? Well, I gotta like some Sinnoh character. Like, I really don't like Sinnoh, period. Like, I really hate everything there is about Sinnoh except for the distant past of Sinnoh. I gotta like something, and Barry is it. Like, is either Gallade and Barry. It's like Gallade, maybe Cynthia. I don't really care that much about Cynthia as most people do. And Barry. So, yeah, I gotta have that somewhere. And plus, like, despite being, like, an aggressive jerk rival, at least he's still kind of fun. His personality is still kind of fun. So, he's not too much of a jerk as most jerk rivals are. Or it's aggressive rivals, I like to call them. But he's still pretty fun, at least. I'll give him that. Doesn't help that, like, most of the other rivals are either boring or kind of forgot about. That's why he was not on this list. I just kind of forgot about him. I only played, like, Black White 2, like, once. And I just forgot about him completely. So yeah, that's what it. Move on next. 9 is Hao, and honestly, like, I said this before when I my rankings for my favorite Sun and Moon characters, that between Lily, Hao, and Gladion, I like Hao third out of the two. Granted, it's not because Hao was a bad character. Actually, when it comes to friendly rivals, I actually do like Hao, like, the most. I feel like Hao is, like, the most balanced between, like, friendly and aggressive. So, and what, like, well, he's friendly because he actually acts like a friendly rival. He's more like a bro. He's like, definitely feels like more of a battle partner, you know, just to, you know, act more like a rival. But he's also, well, the de facto champion fight Ultra Sun and Moon. I mean, you can't not be a good character if, you know, not for that. So, yeah, I do really like Hao, like, as the most balanced between a friendly rival and an aggressive rival. So, everyone else is either going to be a little too much on the friendly or too much on the aggressive. But, or it's a certain other character, but I'm not going to mention yet. But yeah, I do like Hao. Hao is cool. So, honestly, there is no Hao hate on this. There is only Hop hate. Yeah, but look, I don't care if you want to defend Hop or whatever. I don't like him. Okay, I just do not. Okay, he's like the worst parts of Barry, but like with none of the good personality. Okay, Hao is just way better. Okay. But yeah, I do like Hao. He's pretty cool. I like his battle theme. Battle theme is pretty cool too. Number 8, yeah, I gotta shove this girl here now. Yeah, this is actually kind of a hard take. This and the number 2 slot was actually quite hard to place. Because, do I really like this character more than this other character? Do I like her more than the character I slide into 7? Not sure. And because I do count the Pals of Dan here, Arvin's going to be on this list. Because, well, previous tops. But, where is he in the list? I'm not going to tell you until we get there. But for right now, I do think Nemona is also a pretty fun character. Like, I really find it funny that she is like the Goku of Pokemon. If you know what I mean. Like, the personality of Goku, the Pokemon trainer. Where she is so eager to fight, and she is, like, absolutely battle obsessed. And it's just kind of funny that, like, every time, you know, I, you know, come across people like Nemona or people like Nemona fan or whatever, I'm always reminded of my Gardevoir OC mistress. You guys remember from Counterattack, that sort of thing? Yeah, like, all this time, I always wanted this character, my Gardevoir OC, to exactly be Nemona. Like, I just found like this exact battle-obsessed, crazy, not exactly yandere, but sort of, like, character. And then Pokemon already did it. And I feel like that is pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. Like, there's like a super battle-obsessed rival character. But it's also kind of yandere-ish. Yandere-light, so to say. Okay, but if I like Nemona that much, why is she 8 on this list? Well, if she's 8 on this list and I like her a lot, that kind of says a lot about the rest of the 7, huh? So, yeah, she's pretty cool. She's not my favorite rival. Not even my favorite rival of Scarlet and Violet against the previous tops. But I do think that I like the direction, you know, Pokemon companies going with their rival characters. Like, not be too aggressive and not be too friendly. I mean, I guess we do have, you know, more friendly characters in Scarlet and Violet, but Nemona is not it. So, at least I'll give them that. You got cool characters. And it's kind of funny that Nemona was actually named the champion, like, before you even started the game. So she's already, like, at least the game gives you more of a reason, you know, more of a reason for Nemona to be way above everyone's level than Blue. So, that kind of says a lot. Number 7, now this is probably a character that if you do not watch my channel, you don't know who the heck I am. Might question, like, everything, like, might question this list entirely. But no, I will stand firm that Shauna is a good character. Okay? It's funny, like, again, I said this many times already, but like, I replayed Y once, and while that basically removed my Shining Charm from Y, which would actually be necessary in hindsight, replaying it again was absolutely worth it, because it reminded me how good of a character Shauna is, to the point that I do consider Shauna the best character of X and Y. Even more so than AZ, even more so than, you know, Callum, even more so than, you know, what? Who else? Who else is in there? Sycamore is cool, but like, that's pretty it. So, she's clearly the best character of X and Y, probably more than Emma is. Like, I really do like Emma more than most characters. But like, I do think Shauna is the best character, because even though she is the friendliest rival, probably in the series, I'm pretty sure she's the friendliest rival in the series, and she does battle more than once, so she's not like the other two guys, who are just kind of disappointments. And granted, I think it's only Trevor's disappointment. Tierno is just kind of not supposed to be there, kind of, you know, one game too early to be relevant. But like, I do think Shauna actually fits well, where Callum is like the battle rival, the traditional battle rival. Trevor is supposed to be the Pokedex rival, trying to compete with you in the Pokedex, and Tierno is just there, forgot that he's either one game too early in Sun and Moon, well, dancing stuff, or one game too late with Black and White, with the, you know, the musicals. But like, yeah, I do think that Shauna is more like the story rival, more like she follows you quite a lot towards the story, does end up being story relevant, does help you meet with, you know, Clem and Bonnie, does help you during like the last bit of the Team Flare arc of the game. I do think that Shawn is actually really good. Plus, she has a Gudra. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, like, getting a Gudra in the first place is kind of like, if we don't bother looking it up, it's kind of random. Like, how do you do that? You would think that Trevor, you know, the guy who's meant to complete the Pokédex, will have the Gudra, but he doesn't. Shauna gets the Gudra. I just find that kind of weird. Like, you would think a pseudo only suit like the Elite Four and Champion, right? I'm just saying. Number 6 is the Chefy boy Arvin. Yeah, he's on 6. That's, again, that kind of says a lot about the remaining 5 on the list. Like, I do think Arvin is my favorite character of Scarlet and Violet, but I don't consider Scarlet and Violet the greatest Pokemon games. Like, it's a probably still A-tier game for what it is at this moment, like, as is without, you know, outside influences, bugs, glitches, nonsense. But, like, I don't know whether or not if Arvin was going to be in, you know, Masters, will he have the rival tag, or just some sort of companion tag, like other characters do. Can't say for sure, but for the purposes of this video, I'm calling him a rival. Because, well, he's a recurring character, his own battle thing, he does battle you more than once, so he's definitely rival material. I don't have much more to say about Arvin than I have last time, but he's definitely the great story rival, that rival Shauna, honestly. Because a lot more like story-driven rival, I do think Arvin is better at it than Shauna is. Even though Shauna is like the friendliest rivals, probably the cutest character. Well, not the cutest character, whatever. But the point is that Arvin, he's pretty cool. Like the story you have with him Boss Stiff, pretty good. And his parent, like being like so focused on their work, that they want to have time with Arvin but couldn't, is kind of a sad story. But like, I mean, the dude beat me twice in my Violet playthrough. Like, no one does that anymore in Pokemon. I mean, granted, the first time I was completely unprepared for it. I thought I was going to have like Pokemon's level 30s. I didn't think you have a Pokemon that could beat the champion. And when I did try to be the second time, when actually prepared to, I still lost. I don't know how that happened. I mean, if a character beats me more than once, immediate respect. So, there we go. Like, last time I had to respect this good, it was with Guzma. Yeah. Number 5. Okay, so Wally being here is not because of Gardevoir Gallade. I really did like Wally before I even knew about. Well, technically, I did knew about Gardevoir Gallade. I mean, whatever. So Wally has a very special place in my history, in my heart, more than any of the characters on this list, even the number 1 on this list. But it's so obscure of a reason that's really unnecessary. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because while it's not a secret, if I tell you, it'll be weird. But it is involved, but it's related to something I've done on the old Pikmin channel back when I launched it in 2010. So, that's, whatever it is not important, but the thing is that, like, I do like Wally's character. I do like Wally's character. He's always trying to be a sick kid, and, you know, wants to get better, but, you know, trying to be a Pokemon trainer to get better, or was it the other way around? But, either way, he still, as a sick kid, he wants to continue his Pokemon journey. He, you know, tries to, to train his Ralts the best he can, and then he battles you in the Victory Road. He's pretty much the last rival fight in the game, so surprisingly, he's more relevant than May. So it's fun that that's kind of weird. You would think that a character with no battle theme at the time. I mean, granted, like the only rival character with a battle theme at the time Ruby and Sapphire was Silver, and then technically Blue because of the champion theme. But like Wally didn't have his battle theme at all. Even in Oraz, up until the last possible fight with them, and even then, that's more like an encounter theme than a battle theme, but it's treated more as a battle theme like after the fact, which really should be. And I really do like the fact, to be honest, I do like the fact that in Oraz, his ace isn't Gardevoir, it's Gallade. I just find that kind of cool. It kind of sets him apart, to be honest. Especially the Diantha, where her ace is Mega Gardevoir. Like, Wally seems to be a Mega Gallade, I just feel like it makes too much sense. And I feel like it fits better with Wally to have more, a character like, more like a hero character to be his ace than Gardevoir is. I just feel like it just makes more sense for him. Just be honest, it'll be kind of hilarious if the reason Gallade exists is because, to give Wally a better ace. I don't know, because, one generation later, I feel like that just, the timeline fits, if you ask me. But yeah, I do like Wally. His new battle theme is sick. And Wally, like, for the first bit of the game, is sick, too, but he ends up being sick in a different, definition. So, I'll give him that. Pretty cool. Also, it's kind of weird that, like, he was on the battle tree of Sun and Moon, while still being the same age as he was in Oraz, even though it takes place many years later. Weird. Alright, next up is Gladion. I was gonna say your boy Gladion, but wrong Sun and Moon character. So yeah, this man is probably, like, he tries to be so much of an edgelord, but like, yeah, he's sort of an edgelord, but not really. He's not the edgelord like Silver is. But I think Gladion is still pretty cool. Still my favorite character in Sun and Moon. Even though I don't like the Alola games, I do think that Alola is almost as bad as Sinnoh. But I do think that Gladion, especially all the characters Sun and Moon, I do like them all. I do like the characters of the Sun and Moon. But Gladion is definitely my favorite of the bunch. And his battle theme is absolutely amazing. I do like that. Definitely, like, it's kind of funny how, like, he's originally part of Team Skull, but also kind of not. It's like he sort of initially tried to be called, Team Skull Gladion, but, like, everyone knows he's not really Team Skull. But, and tries to, deal with his nonsense with his family, with the whole Lusamine going crazy, and his sister going who knows where, trying to find his sister, making sure she's not hurt or anything. And then, yeah, just absolute nonsense. And funny how, like, slight changes in Ultra Sun and Moon are. Like he goes in the ending instead of Lily. And I believe there's one point about him, like, taking over as Ether President. I forget which version it was. Was it Usam or was it SM? I don't remember. But, like, oh yeah, and his, like, partner is freaking weird. It's Silvally. But, like, I just find it kind of, Type Knowledge is a really weird Pokemon, to be honest. Like, it's just, like type null, it's just Silvally, but it evolves. All it does is take off his limiter helmet. That's it. Maybe a slight recoloring, but that's it. I just find that kind of weird. That's more of Silvally's fault, not of Gladion. I think Gladion is a pretty cool character, this little edgy character that was more of as a consequence of his mom going crazy. So, hey, but at least he's doing pretty okay-ish, you know, hanging on the other rivals and masters. So, I got more about him. He's just really cool. Number 3 is Silver. Now, I said this in a very older TOS episode about favorite Pokemon characters in general at the time. Of why isn't Silver number 2 in all aspects I would consider a character slot? For example, his battle theme pretty good, but not my number 1. Character design, one of the greatest, but not my absolute favorite. Personality wise, I mean, he's the aggressive rival, he's the jerk rival, and people love jerk rivals, especially during the time, even up to Gen 5, that he's considered probably the greatest rival, even later, when Gen 6 pulled around and nobody liked the rivals. To this day, people still don't like the rivals in Gen 6. Even though some of them shouldn't be considered rivals, they're friends, and the battle theme is called the Friends battle theme, not the rival, whatever. Point is, Silver is the rival character. When it comes to rival characters, either Blue or Silver, and Blue hasn't been the main rival character in a long time. So when it comes to rival characters, Silver is the definitive rival character. Definitely with being the most jerk, acts more like a jerk to you than every other character, even Blue. Blue just there to mock you, really. But when it comes to actual jerks, that's Silver's job. And then I'm Gladion for a little bit. And then even Hugh to some extent, even though it's not towards you, it was towards Team Plasma. Same idea. But and even Bead to some extent. Even as again, just mostly just to flaunt his status, so to say. But Silver just being a jerk because all the things, everything around him he doesn't like, especially Team Rocket. But all I gotta say is that when it comes to battle themes, Silver's battle theme is still peak, but not my favorite, still quite peak. But personality, battle theme, his team's all right. I'm gonna say for Johto standards, it's pretty all right. But not much more to say in that department because you know about Johto's Pokédex availability. It's kind of not great, but with what he got, he's pretty good at it. So, got nothing more to say about that. Also, I still find it weird that Silver got Ho-Oh in Masters. I still don't get why that's the case. It's just kind of weird. And then, what was it years later on that Ethan got Lugia? Wait, so Silver the main game in consideration of Masters? Alright, number 2 is Bianca, entirely because Bianca was number 2 and 1 slot above Silver in the other Pokemon list I made years ago about my favorite Pokemon characters in general at the time. Honestly, a lot of things to say about Bianca still hold. I still wasn't sure whether or not to put Bianca to 3 and Silver to 2. But to be honest, here's the thing. Again, I generally prefer friendlier rivals to aggressive rivals. Granted, not by much. But I do think that, Bianca has a better story than Silver, and I feel she kind of deserves the number 2 slot over Silver. Even though, yeah, her battle theme isn't great, especially not considered Silver's theme. I mean, there's not a lot of things that could top peak, but I like her character more. I love her character more, and in Black White 2, they expand just a little bit of oh, she's the professor's aide now instead of battling, because even though she really wanted to get out of the house, so that because she wanted to do a journey how her dad didn't want to, but she still wanted to do it. But at the end, she realizes maybe battling's not entirely my thing. Maybe I should just do something else. It's kind of like what Hop and Post Game is. If you really think about it, it's like Hop, where he really wants to do this journey thing for specific purposes, but like he realizes that like maybe he's better off doing something else. So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like a Hop, but actually a good character. That's all I'm gonna say of Bianca. She's just Hop, but a good character. Yeah, I got nothing more to say about Bianca. I just really like her. Okay, I just really like Bianca. Like character design, the other character design, themes pretty good. I actually do commonly use her in Masters. Maybe the reason why she's number 2 is because I actually use Bianca in Masters. Like, entirely because she works perfectly well with Sabrina and Sigma Suit Lusamine. She sets up psychic terrain and just set up defenses while going for like stored power. I don't know, I just really like that aspect of Bianca. So I kind of why she's up here, I guess. You can call that a reason why I just use her more in Masters compared to every other rival. Well, except for the number 1 rival, which we'll get to right about... Yeah, this is a rival. And you're wondering, wait, this guy isn't a rival. Yes, he is officially considered a rival, like, officially. Not just through, you know, Masters. He is considered officially a rival compared to, other characters. Even though, yes, is an antagonist? Yes, he is. Yeah, technically is the team leader. Well, technically, guys, is the Team Plasma's leader, but, like, Team Plasma considers and the king. So, you could consider him the team leader, but he's also considered your rival character, because he does battle you, like, multiple times. And he does have his own battle theme. He has two battle themes, actually. Like, one from his normal battle theme, and then his final battle theme. And he's considered your rival, in that when the dragon that you choose, depending on the game you get, he gets the other one. So he does get, whatever legendary you don't get. So that, I mean, if that isn't a rival character, I wouldn't know what is. I mean, look at Hop. He gets the opposite legendary to what you're getting. So, hey, if Hop can get the other legendary, he's considered a rival, 1 on N. But, yeah, that's what I'll consider. All I'm going to say is, N, to this day, is still not just my favorite rival of all time, but my favorite Pokemon character of all time. I said even back then on the other list I made a long time ago, N as a character is literally peak. He is the top, the top Adam Peak. I don't know what to call it. Like the tippiest top of all Pokemon characters. Like you cannot dispute this. No other character in Pokemon is as good as this guy. Not even freaking Volo. And yeah. Do I actually now think about? Did I count Volo for this list? I don't think so. I don't know whether or not I would count Volo as a rival, but even then, he's not N. So, yes, Volo's a pretty cool character. He does battle you more than once. I don't remember if he has his own battle. Oh, he does get his own battle theme, but that's at the end, kind of like Wally does. But then again, not a lot of characters get their own battle themes. And, like, he does help you in the story. He does help, like, move the story along. But, like, he's not N. So I'm going to say he is not N. He's like, and is still the best character. I don't think there's anything that Pokemon can do to dethrone the king. So I got nothing else more to say here. See you guys later for Top 160, whatever that's going to be. I have plans for other Pokemon related tops to be 160, but we'll see what happens when we get there.